Hello, everybody. This one's going to end up on YouTube, archived on YouTube. See my new shirt? Papa Bear, Beb Bear Jr. And I was reading the last chapter of Galatians 6, I believe. And I found bear right there 3 times. I found my name 3 times in the last chapter. 3 is major doctrine. 2 is a true witness. 4 is locked in major doctrine. All right. I can take my time because when I do TikToks, they gave me the nickname, the Showstopper. So they gave it to me, so I use it on TikTok. My full name is on TikTok, Bernard Eugene Behringer Jr. Friend requests me. I'll check back with you and look at your Facebook. Friend requests me on Facebook under Beb, my initials, B-E-B, Bear Jr., B-E-A-R, Behringer, Bear for short. And I'll friend you in and send you daily teachings or weekly or whatever. I have a faithful 6, almost daily, definitely weekly, multiple weekly that check in. I have 12 to 24 that check in out of curiosity because I send teachings to them, 12 to 24. And I may have 50 friends at this time on my Facebook. And I guess you got to get to 1,000 before you can get in on conversations on TikTok. And I'm close in a lot of places, 600, 700, 800. Haven't made it to 1,000 yet. Not worried about it. What kind of a teacher am I? I am a servant teacher, and God said I could say that the anointing falls on me every now and then. And I get loud. Because I've lost maybe 20 to 30% of my hearing playing music almost all my life. And for 10 years I played it very loud 7 nights a week, from 63 to 73. I'm old school. I'm a horrible bass soloist, but I keep the pocket and the groove real deep, move the dancers, and I'm more concerned with the words of the songs that I write than becoming an ultimate bass soloist. I come from the old school where bass holds the bottom and the groove with the drummer. Let the drummer show off and go to the moon and back, and he knows when he gets back with me, the groove in the pocket's there. He jumps back on me no matter how fancy he gets on his drums. Did you hear that one, Bam Bam? Bam Bam and I had a good talk about 16th notes on the hi-hat and how important the hi-hat is. And you know, some of the really good drummers that you see on your phone, they only have a kick drum, a snare, and a hi-hat. And boy, they can play the snot out of that snare and that hi-hat. And that's where the subtle groove is. Crashing and smashing ride cymbals and accent splash cymbals just interfere with the message of the song. The music is for lifting up and complimenting, setting the mood for the words. And Bam's the lead singer. He realizes that. He can lay down the groove on his drums and emphasize the vocal, the words of the song while he's playing, and not take away from it. I played with a great guitar player who's in the Arizona Blues Hall of Fame, Jim Glass, but we parted ways. He was such a strong blues player that in the verse, when I was telling the story, I felt like I was in competition with the licks on the lead guitar. He was so dominant and so strong. And I'm saying this one for I have a lock in my brain on names. Julio, my musical son. He can decrescendo. He can get mellow underneath. He's played in so many bands that he can complement the words and then step up and play when it's his time or his turn. And another guitar player that I respect is Devo. Another guitar player I respect is Dave Richhold. What's unique about Dave Richhold, Stevie Ray Vaughan's brother said this about Stevie. He said he could stand in the wings off stage and watch his older brother's shows, and very rarely he could play similar but not the exact same thing every time. He said he could be creative every time he played a lead. And that's the way Dave Richhold is. Just turn him loose and let him play, and he creates slightly different every lead. And Julio Franco is the same way. And then there's another young Spanish guitar player out there. I can't remember his name, but he's a friend of Julio's. He's smaller and sings lead. I'd encourage Julio to sing lead. He said, "Oh, I want to be a bass player." I said, "You can be a bass player." I says, "Your gift is guitar. Play both." I says, "I'll tell you what you got to do is you got to learn how to sing. You've got a South American voice, a Spanish accent, South American. You must sing if you're going to be successful in the music business." And it was years later, 20 years later, I caught Julio with a 4-piece band, and he was the only vocalist in the band. He did all the songs, all the singing. Great bass player, great keyboard player and drummer, killer 4-piece group, but he was the only vocalist. And that's where I'm at. At 80 years old, I've written a lot of secular songs and spiritual songs, and I've never practiced my bass like I could have or should have, but I'm really more concerned with what the Spirit has written through me as far as the lyrics of original songs, whether worldly, and I've written worldly secular songs, and the most important to me, as I read, Grandma said, "There's a great day coming," has flashed through my mind in the last 3 months over a dozen times. And the Spirit said, "Hey, I'll show up and touch the hearts and the minds of the people that hear the songs that we have written together." So much for that, but what's more important is daily reading and learning how to study. And there is a high spiritual level that is beyond Christianity, beyond Gnostic mixture, Christianity, Catholic, Protestant, Christian denominationalism. There is a high spiritual revelation level that you can get to after you read more than 5 or 10 years. I've been in this scroll, in this New Testament, New Covenant with better promises, spiritual revelation, 50 years. And all I do is ask questions. But if you don't read and learn how to study, you'll never complete the questions that I ask you in love. From Papa Bear. Love ya. Bye.